Hi everybody, it's Shelby from Simple Pleasures. I have another wonderful video for you today. I'm going to show off some of the fantastic new felts that Kathy has in the store. They're just a dream to work with, so if you've never worked with felt, I'm going to give you a couple of pointers of how to do it, what to look for, and I'll be showing you again the wonderful eBosser, beautiful cutting machine. There's 25 of these colors in stock. I'm only showing you a few of them. Some have a heather effect and some have a tweed effect. So if you've never worked with felt, give it a shot. Hopefully I can inspire you to give it a go. I have a couple dies I'm going to show you today with the eBosser and using some felt. The first wonderful die is from Memory Box, and it's called Blooming Poinsettias. If you can see, or if you've worked with Memory Box dies before, you'll see that they're connected with small little metal tabs. You can either break them apart like that or use a crafting metal snip. That's what I call it. I prefer to keep mine together. One, because I have kids and they're always in my craft room and they're getting into stuff, and sometimes these pieces can be small and lost, so I would rather sacrifice a few strands of paper if I'm only looking for a particular part of the die than risk losing a piece of the die. And the way that I store my dies as well is on a metal knife rack against the wall, so I like to have all of the pieces together so I know what set they come in. The other die that I'm using from Memory Box is called Petal Party. You can find it here. It's Memory Box, comes in the blue, and again it's also attached, but again it's a medium sized to smaller flower die, and again it's attached with little metal clips, little metal strands right here, so you can either snap them apart or you can cut them apart. Again, but I like to keep mine together. I'm going to also show you another feature of the eBosser, or what it's capable of doing that I didn't show you last time, and that's cutting multiple dies on this wonderfully large cutting space. So I'm going to use the poinsettia, the blooming poinsettia. I'm going to use this beautiful burgundy maroon colored felt. I'm just going to place it over top. I'm not going to use, oh you can't see here, let me put it so you can see. This green flower or leaf that comes with it, yes, it's going to be cut in burgundy, but I'm going to either save that for later or just get rid of it. But again, I want to keep my dies together. So I'll put that one up here. I want this flower, the Petal Party, to be purple, so I'm going to place that down here. So I can use the eBosser's beautiful cutting space, which is nice and large, to cut two different dies at the same time. I've cut down the paper, or the felt, to fit. Another thing about this felt, it's wonderful if you've ever touched it in Kathy's store. It's not frayy, it's not, for lack of a better word, hairy, so it's a very high quality felt to work with. So I'm going to put the A-plate on, and we're ready to go with the eBosser. Okay, it's all been cut. I'm going to show you how great these felt flowers come out. Just tap them out. I'm not going to use that berry either. We'll put that aside. Oh, the third one got caught up in the felt, but as you can see, they all cut out beautifully. They come out of the dies perfectly. So here are the 5 flowers that I'm going to be using on a project that you'll see in the store. Okay, now you have all of your layered flowers cut out with the felt. Now how do you get them to attach together? It is a little bit different than paper. You would not be successful using a glue dot. It's fabric, so it's not going to hold tight. You can use a hot glue gun or a wet adhesive such as Aleene's Tacky Glue. I prefer, for my wet adhesive, Glossy Accents. So I'm going to show you how to do that, or you can actually, I'm going to show you another great way is using a brad. So if you're going to use wet adhesive, just keep in mind that the dry time is not going to be instantaneous, and it's going to be longer than it would with paper. So for instance, if you're going to use a wet adhesive with the poinsettias, remember that it's going to take a little bit longer to dry, so if you're in a hurry, your best option would be your hot glue gun. So I just put a dollop of Glossy Accents, and I like my layered flowers to be alternating so that it shows a little bit more depth. And you could always put a center on the flower. Let me show you how to do that. If you're going to use a self-adhesive gem, I would recommend putting another wet adhesive, a small dab. The adhesive on these are not strong enough with the fabric. And there you have your felt poinsettia. I found that it typically takes, with flat dry time, anywhere between 15 and 20 minutes. Now if you have layered flowers, such as the one we cut out, or I cut out using the Petal Party from Memory Box, you can use a brad because the center is already cut out, and also the felt itself is not heavy material, so you can actually just, even if it's not pre-poked or pre-cut out, you can poke it right through. It's very easy to do. And I apologize if there's a lot of shadowing going on. The sun just all of a sudden went down, so bear with any shadows that you're seeing jumping around. I apologize for that. When I use layered flowers with felt, I like to have contrasting colors. So I'm going to put the purple on the bottom, and then again I'm going to offset it so you can see all the color of the purple and the green. And then I'm going to attach it in the center with a brad. Make sure those metal prongs are hidden. So there's a flower, a felt flower attached with a brad. And let me show you how to do the hot glue gun. I do prefer hot glue gun because I'm not very patient. I'm usually in a hurry, so this is much faster. I'm also going to show you how easy it is to cut this felt. Another hint, if anybody's not a really long-term experienced crafter, I have multiple pairs of scissors, but only one that I use for fabric or for my ribbons. I find that if I use it on paper, the edges, the blades become dull and they fray the ribbon or they fray the fabric. So I have one set of scissors that I've set aside that I use only and specifically for my fabrics or my ribbons. So cut out a small strip here. And I want to make say a loop out of this. If I were to use a wet adhesive on this, I'd have to sit here and hold it and hold it and hold it and hold it to get it to finally adhere. So with my glue gun, you just put a little dab on it. Ooh, that was a lot. You don't even have to use that much. I'm going to just pick off this extra here. And so there, it's all ready to go. So here are the 3 items I made using felt. This one was attached using a brad, this one with wet adhesive, glossy accent, and this one was attached using the hot glue gun. Another thing that you can do with felt, just as paper, is that you can use Stickles to, if you're not familiar with Stickles, here they are. My favorite is Stardust. A little bit here on the leaves to kind of brighten them up, add a little shimmer to them. And you can do with the felt the same as you do with the paper. It holds the Stickles. Again, the dry time is a little bit longer because, again, like we talked about, it's using fabric instead of paper. So I just wanted to give you a quick demo that you could also use Stickles on the fabric, on the felt. It's a super high quality, as you can see. Let me see if you can get a little bit closer here. There's no fraying. The fabric is smooth and wonderful. You can see the different textures within the fabric, but you're not wearing it. It's not left all over your craft room. So I just wanted to give you a demo of the wonderful eBosser, my favorite. The poinsettia, the blooming poinsettia from Memory Box. The Petal Party, also from Memory Box. And the wonderful, beautiful felt that Kathy now has in store. Thanks for stopping by. We'll see you next time.